As you will see, these bucks are red hot on these does. And the turkey, they still scratching at the pond. And caught an elusive picture of an old bobcat this week. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smokies, another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. Hope y'all doing well. We've had some bad storms, but nothing like our neighbors out in Middle Tennessee. Please say a prayer for them. They had it rough. And it's beautiful here on the ridge. It's a cold and peaceful morning though. So beautiful here on this ridge. And the animals are moving around pretty good. The possum does not move good this week. Must be the cold weather. But anyway, we've had about 2 inches of rain to add to the pond. That's a good thing. But I don't like the storm. You can see the old pond, she's filling up nicely. And the animals seem to love it. So, relax, take it easy. Let's see what stepped in front of the cameras this week. So, let's get started. The little old doe just coming and going, buying their time up on these ridges. But they ain't alone. These bucks are hot on them right now. It must be really close to that time of year. But I've filmed them everywhere. I mean everywhere. And here's some little birds that's migrating through. They was here last year about this time. Beautiful little birds, migrating. And them bucks, you just see them running with their nose to the ground. We know what they're up to. But the little deer, the little young fawns here, they just looking for acorns. And they still finding them here and there, but they're getting hard to find. So peaceful just to watch them pick. These cameras, I keep them kind of low so I can pick up all the animals, not just the deer. If I get them up high, I can't see the little animals. And there's so many little precious animals running around in these woods. But the little squirrels, they like these acorns too. And they work hard at trying to find them. And there's old Yeller. What a pretty sight. Good picture right in front of that camera. The old one-eyed feral cat that thinks it's a bobcat. And here's a little old deer herd moving through. They're nervous. Between the coyotes and these bucks, they keep them moving. But you see a pretty doe right now. Look what's right behind it, nose to the ground. Chasing them, just waiting. But that's nature. Here's another one. They just following me, looking for these does. But these does are they just try and find something to browse on, eat. And you just liable to see them anywhere. And they love to find these acorns. And here at the log, all I filmed was a little old robin working these leaves. And of course, a little old young fawn coming through. And on a rainy day, there's old Ricky. Got him a walnut. He's moving on through. The old bucks down here at the tree below the motel. They checking things out. They looking for these does though. Ain't he beautiful? That's a beautiful deer right there. Beautiful. And up at the rock, There's little Ricky. He knows it's kind of quiet up here during the day. All the action's at night. And old Dirty Dan, I hope he's having a good nap. And down at the pond, the turkey are still down there. They like this old wet pond. These leaves, they scratching up them bugs. And they could stay there about all day till something moves them off, runs them off. But they're so comical and peaceful to relax to watch. Beautiful big tom right there. And they love to do this all day, no matter where they're at. But they take their turn. The deer start moving in. Little young does. But guess what's checking them out? And these bucks are hot right now. They are on it. They don't care about the camera whatsoever. Look at them here. Nose to the ground right behind that doe. It's that time of year, guys. And down here on Dirty Dan's old trail, late in the evening, just an old doe browsing through. But come dark, the coons are out, coming out the den trees. Here's something kind of comical I caught. They coming off these den trees. Old big coon trying to climb that tree. But he can do it. Don't know why he's up there. It could be because of stuff like this. An old bobcat I caught. They're rare to catch lately. But they're still around. They just ain't in front of these cameras. And the old coyotes, same way. Too many predators in these woods. But this is their home too, so it's part of it. These old coyotes, they just follow these little animals around, trying to catch one out vulnerable. But I only filmed one possum out in the woods this week. They hadn't been moving around much. That looks like Willie out in the woods. But the coons, they got their own business. And they're looking for these acorns too. But they're getting hard to find. And there's no coon moving up the rock trail. And there's old Flat Top. He's on the move too. The skunks are really moving good this week. There he is going across the log. Moving on. And out in the woods, that looks like old Stripe on the move. The skunks are out pretty good this time of year now. They're moving good. And here, just below the rock at the tree, the coons has turned the cameras on. And that's Mr. and Mrs. Rocky out making their rounds. And up at the rock, you could see them. They just out making their rounds. This is one of their favorite spots. And there's old Fred, or Betty. I don't know which one's which. I can't tell. But they work around in a team too. Here comes the other one. They're just checking things out. And the only possum I filmed besides that in the woods is old Willie here. He's turning in. They not been prowling around much at night. They must be staying in the cold weather or the predators. I don't know. But they're here. They just ain't in front of the camera. But man, the skunks are sure out. They've about took over the rock. but they have to share it with the other animals. I hadn't even named this skunk yet. There's so many different ones moved in here. It's a new pair. And I know who that is. That's old Flat Top. Looks like Karl Marx, don't he? Them big white streaks on the front. He's an old-timer here. But I'm glad to see him back. He's been gone for a while. And there's old Stripe bouncing through. There's old Stripe again. Now I'm going to have I packed in a bunch of vitamin-enriched milk bone dog biscuits for all these little animals at the rock and at the tree. So we'll see next week. I'll have that on the Christmas party one for the animals. We'll see who shows up. I've got peanuts for the squirrels, seeds for the birds, and them milk bones for all the other little animals and vitamins to help them keep them healthy. I hope they like it. The coons up on the ridge, we know where they're moving to. But they got a prowl in the leaves too. Looks like the whole family of them right here. See them back in the distance. Down at the pond, bucks is running around. And down at the other camera, the coons fooling around. Every once in a while I have to fool with my camera, and they bend it straight to the ground. They always curious, but they love this pond. It's about all I got on this camera. They just pulled it to the ground, almost. But this is what it looked like come daylight. This is what I caught on it. Little field mice at the pond. He lives here too. And out in the woods, business as usual as another day unfolds here on the ridge. There's the bucks. They're going to miss something, they think. But the little deer and herds of mommy and her fawns, they relax when they can and just let the world go by. But these bucks is not going to leave them alone. Look at them, just watching and following. But it's that time of year in nature. They're out and they're hot too. But it's time for the little squirrels. They got their own business. They're trying to hide these nuts from these deer, ain't they? And they got to tidy up a little bit before they go about their business. Sometimes I know they know that camera's there. But they're always on the move. And they're kind of selfish at times too. But they're so comical. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. Now remember, tune in next week. At Christmas Day, we'll see what showed up for the Christmas party. All these little animals, I hope they had a good time. So we'll see. So thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.